Welcome to an interesting episode of the UniJack project. The reason why it's so interesting is because I'm joined with a guest, Danyeol Davis.
Hello, I'm Danyeol Davis, but you can just call me Daniel. I know that's a bit weird, but I'm just going to drag on a bit if that's alright.
Also, you probably noticed I normally start with a T, but I've finished mine already because I was waiting for this to happen. But
Yeah, I kind of overslept.
yeah,
In that time, you probably did all that. I'm surprised you didn't record it though, like you usually do.
I used the same sequence, so I just make sure that I'm out of shot, really.
Oh, right, fair enough. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
So,
so
how have you been?
I've been good. I would definitely say it's been different. It's a different lifestyle to what I'm used to. What about
Yeah, I
you?
can see that. For me, I've been okay. My life's pretty much remained the same. Obviously, obviously, I'm still the lonely person as I was back in college, but oh well, I like being the introvert. I am. We've got some new lights, been watching a few films, so life's good.
Yeah, well, you should have high production value now with those lights.
Oh yeah, they're more for like photography and stuff though. But YouTube lights. They're due for streaming on Twitch as well.
Yeah, I think for me, like it's made me more lonely, kind of, because like I'm used to like being able to like chat to my family whenever because they were just in the next room,
Yeah.
but now I'm living on my own, well with flatmates, but sometimes they wander off.
Yeah, it sounds like you're
So
living a better life than me. At least you're hanging out with people. I'm still hanging around with the same people that we went to college with. And to be fair, I've got
yeah,
a feeling that they don't really like me hanging around with them
yeah.
because I'm annoying and I'm just like really quiet.
Well, you have to get used to that. I think. Well, at some point we'll probably end up having a reunion, so that'll be interesting. Uh,
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. Can't wait for that to happen.
it'll be interesting to see who's got what job and who's got what hairstyle at that point.
I mean, knowing me, I'll probably still have quite longish hair because I don't like having short hair unless my hair falls out like my dad. And if it does, then I'm just not going to be very happy because I do not want to be bald.
Yeah. Well, no one wants that, and luckily, I think my hair is passed on from my great granddad. So I should have long hair, not short
That's
hair.
great. Cool. Yeah, if my hair does fall out, I'll probably just end up buying a wig or something because I need something to cover my bald patch. And yes, I just kind of messed up my words then.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I think. Oh wait, what was it? There was a film I watched at one point. It might have even been Mrs. Doubtfire. I'm not really sure, but I remember there being an ad on there, and basically it was like people had bald hair or like
I think
monk
it might.
head, and they had spray on hair.
I think it might be Matilda because I know there's like a bit in that film where the father puts something on his head and then like his hair grows back. It might be that film. I don't know.
I think that's the one where Matilda superglues her dad's hat on her head,
Oh
puts it
right.
on, tries to remove it, and fails.
Yeah, and then doesn't he look for some like hair growing back stuff? Because I think that's in the film, or I might just be entirely
Yeah. No,
incorrect.
no, I think you're right, but it was an ad in
All
the
right.
film, I
Thanks.
think. Yeah.
At least I'm right.
Maybe, but if that was a real what do you call it? A real advert or a real product, I think it would be very useful in today's age.
I mean, there are products like it,
Yeah.
but they're probably fake to be fair. Because how's that going to work scientifically? By the way, if you hear any purring down the mic, it's because my cat has decided that he's going to jump right in front of my microphone and sit on me.
Yeah.
You're annoying, aren't you? Hmm?
Well, Well, I guess let's jump straight to it.
Yeah, let's jump straight to it.
What would you say have you enjoyed, and what have you not enjoyed about university so far?
So far, I've enjoyed the workshops and hanging out with friends that I didn't really hang out with in college. But then I've kind of struggled to make new friends because I just don't talk because I find communication really hard. So people oftentimes just like ignore me. But if I'm in a group, I will talk to them. Most of the time now I've been like acting. So I'm kind of getting a little bit of a name for that because, I'm just really bad at acting. But the hardest bit is definitely just making friends and obviously like 3-hour lectures with a mask on.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, that's like one of the benefit of blended learning. Because I don't know about you, but for me, like a lot of my learning is mainly online. So we don't have to wear masks and we can
Oh
see
my
each other
God.
face to face.
You're
So,
seriously so lucky. Every day no, like 3 times a week I've got to go into uni. And then like Friday is my online lecture. So I'm always having to wear a mask. And the one-way system bloody sucks. And the 66 bus is a nightmare. Literally, it either arrives really early or turns up like 20 minutes late. And then the lecturers think they can have a go at us because, well, they think that we should be living on campus because they want more money.
yeah. Actually, speaking of that, there's a petition that's been put on the government or .gov website whereby
Oh, right.
people are signing to reduce the tuition fees until the online system has been removed. Because
I mean, that's pretty good.
yeah, because at the moment, like especially for people who are in my situation, at the moment we're paying £9,000 a year for a tuition that is valued to be at least 1/3 of that. It's
Yeah, it's the same for me as well.
it's
But
yeah.
it's not too bad, to be fair. At least it's not like abroad when you gotta pay like 12 grand. Or in London when you gotta pay about that much as well.
It's all right, but it's not just the tuition. It's not just the learning that you're paying for. It's the life. It's the university life
Well,
that
you
we're paying
see,
for. Like we're paying for the socializing. We're paying for all the events. We're paying for this and that. And now it's just all online, and it's like for me, it's pretty
yeah,
rubbish. Like
I can see that. Like, originally I was gonna live in on
yeah,
campus, but pretty much I just decided that I didn't want to spend the maintenance loan on, like, buying housing and stuff. Like, I'd rather stay at home with my cat, if that makes sense. Because my cat is my life, more than a
yeah.
uni life, because I'm just not good at communication, so this wouldn't be worth it for me.
Yeah, I think for me, because I chose to live on campus, even though I wouldn't say this is a campus, because it's like, it's just that there's accommodation near to the university, but yeah, it's weird. So I chose it because mainly for convenience and the fact that I can hang out with the flatmates more often, and I can go to the city centre, and I like see that's like what I like about living on campus. But because
Yeah.
university, it's like your university is different in the fact that it's nearish Cheltenham, and it's like kind of encaved in this bubble almost. Because
Yeah, it is.
I went there and it's like, well, you're basically signing up to live in a park where there's not much going on.
I mean, there is quite a bit going on at the moment, especially with COVID.
Well, yeah,
By that, I mean, like, loads of people just aren't coming in because they're in lockdown. So, like, half the classes are near enough empty.
yeah,
But the worst bit is, like, for me at least, is I just hate waking up early. And to get into uni on time, I've actually got to wake up around, like, 6:30,
yeah.
which is a bloody nightmare.
That does suck. For me, it's like, oh, you can have a lesson around 10, and some are like at 1, So it's pretty interesting, and then I've also get 2 days off, which is nice. Um,
Yeah, that does sound pretty good. I
yeah,
get like 1 day off, but most of my days finish quite early. Like they usually finish by around 1ish or 3.
yeah,
But if that's not the case, I often have to get home around 7, well, 6:37, which is just annoying
yeah.
because it means I don't have much time to spend to myself like during the week.
Yeah, for me, they have a policy. Like, they kind of had a work-life balance policy. So, whereby you start the day from 9, and then you finish it at 5. So, that's essentially what our university days are like. So, it's like, oh, if you need to do work at home, then you do that during this time when you're at home, during like, your independent study time. And then if you've got lectures and everything, that'll still be between that period of time. It's just that we'll have certain slots for you to come in, or certain slots online in your groups to like interact with each other. So
And no, they're really like COVID friendly.
yeah, it's pretty nice, and yeah, COVID-19 friendly. I don't know who it was according to, but like one of the tutors said that because of how we've like behaved regarding the COVID-19 restrictions, we've got one of the lowest ratings of COVID-19 cases.
That's really cool.
So yeah, hopefully soon enough we should be able to get back on track.
Yeah. So are you in any societies?
No. Not.
Yeah, same here, to be fair. I completely missed out on Freshers Fair because it was an email. And at the time, I did not know that it would be sent to the uni email. I thought it would be sent to my personal one, so I just didn't end up going. But to be fair, I searched up the societies after going, and they don't seem to be that good.
Yeah. I mean, it's like similar to me, because what happened with my Freshers Fair was that it was a Thursday, the second week, so it would have been the 1st of October.
Yeah.
And basically, what it was is it was going to be a virtual Freshers Fair.
Oh, that sucks.
I know, it really does suck, and essentially what I think it would have been like, you know how, well, I guess you don't know, but speed dating, like what I assume speed dating to be.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you
Yeah,
jump
yeah.
from
I know what that
one
is.
society to the next, and like,
Yeah, like the most awkward thing
Yeah.
ever. Like, you don't get hardly any time to do anything you want. Like, by the time you've done one thing, you might as well just leave.
yeah,
Because there's no point.
yeah, it was essentially like that. I did like have a couple of societies in mind, and I hoped that they would be on there.
Which ones?
So there was a pool one which I wanted to do, which seemed quite interesting. So that's like snooker, but
Yeah, I know.
like in a pub. But then I found out that the actual location where they have it, called the Randy Branch Inn, is on a different campus.
That sucks.
So it sucks because in order to do that, I would have to then, like every time it's on, I would have to get a train ticket and go to I think it's Treffiad or whatever, but it's like
Is it really
one
that
of the.
far that you have to get a train? Can't you just walk there?
No, you can't walk. The campuses are in different counties, mate.
Oh, great. That's just really good.
Yeah, it's like one's in Newport and one's in Treffiad, which is like the countryside.
Yeah.
They have.
Which one you at then?
I'm at the city centre one. It's the Atrium campus, they call it here.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah.
Sweet. So what do you think of Avid? I hate it, actually. Okay, I'm joking. Like, seriously, I don't mind it too much. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, I actually find it really easy. Have you actually done anything on it yet? Or are you still on Premiere?
Avid, you're thinking of Avid Media Composer, right?
Yeah.
Well, I did like jump the gun and have a little go on that beforehand. It was on Avid Media Composer first, so I was like the beginner's edition.
Wait, is that free? Then
Yeah,
I'm installing that
it's like a
tonight
free-
because I want to do some more
free
testing
version.
on that. Because literally, It's not as good as Premiere, but
But
I'm loving it.
but the whole system is like quite confusing. And so last time when I tried using it, I had to I had to get the keyboard layout so I knew what all the shortcuts was. And then I had to remap shortcuts based on characters and symbols, which I thought were similar to certain
Yeah.
things. So like for cutting and trimming things, I pressed one character and like I was able to do that. So I kind of mapped it in a similar style to Premiere Pro.
Fair enough.
But whilst I've been here, they've mainly persuaded us to use Adobe Premiere Pro because,
You're more familiar with it.
well, yeah, we're more familiar with it. But they also said at the end of the day, it doesn't matter which software you edit it on, really, but as long as you know the ins and outs of the software. And
Avid is industry standard, so
Yes.
I'm surprised they're not going to be teaching it you.
Well, they probably will teach it if I decided to pay them more money and go for the master's degree for editing.
Wow.
So
You're probably going to do that though, aren't you? Because you're really into your editing.
yeah, I am, and we'll just see. Because at the moment, I'm not too sure about master's degree, considering how my bachelor's degree is going as far as
Yeah.
tuition.
No, Beetle, don't do that.
Oh gosh, cat troubles.
You're only in your like first semester, so
Yeah.
like surely it's going to go better from here.
It should go better. Hopefully it does go better. Though I've had recent news reports about like the fact that some students on campus may not be able to go home for Christmas.
Oh, that sucks.
So it would really suck because unlike a lot of people, I have a really good relationship with my family. So I want to be with them for Christmas, but if there is a slight chance that I won't be able to go back, then that is definitely gonna suck and I guess impact my uni experience, because it'll be just like, oh great, I get a holiday, a week off, but it means I won't get any presents or anything like that. So
Yeah, that does sound like it's going
Yeah.
to suck. To be fair, I thought there were going to be more like half-term breaks and stuff, but no, it only seems to be the main ones. Because I thought we had the October week off, but nope.
no, I think they made it's because we're making up for the fact that because like you started like a week before me, and some other people started like a week before you.
Yeah, I started like
And
September
then I
19th.
started a week after. Yeah, because I started September. Yeah, I started September time. I can't remember when.
Yeah, dates don't really matter.
Time's
at this
flown
point.
by. No, they don't. It all just merges into one.
Yeah.
But yeah. I can't even remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something interesting, I think.
Yeah,
And
memories
it
always.
just crossed my mind.
Talking's always problematic when you're talking about one thing and then being distracted. It's always the best thing ever, isn't it? Forgetting, how lovely.
It's troublesome. But hopefully it doesn't happen, because like Cardiff has already
So, how many short films have you actually made now then?
well, just whilst we're here, it's just been 2. I've got another one that I'll have to make next week if I ever get the chance
what's that based
to. That's based on movement, so it's just
Nice.
like
So you're gonna be using like gimbals and stuff.
think so, but it's mainly I was supposed to have a really nice camera called the Z150 by Sony, and
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. It's pretty new.
yeah, it's pretty new, and a really good camera, or a really good tripod. Sorry, called a Monfrotto tripod. So
Oh, lovely.
that would have had the nice fluidity of movement I would have needed to film that, but unfortunately, because of the fact that I have to self-isolate, thanks to my flatmate, for getting in contact with someone who had who tested positive for COVID-19. they now have to safe isolate, which means because I share the same kitchen as them, I have to now self isolate, and it means I can't go out to get food, and it means I can't go in
Yeah.
on the Monday session when I have to go in for a lecture, and get the
Wait,
equipment.
so how are you going to get food?
So, well, I think my parents are like sorting out a food like delivery, and the
Oh, right.
reception.
They're able to do
Yeah,
that.
well, yeah, well, they are. It's just like a van that comes in and drops off food, but um, the
Right.
reception people, I think. So as long as you tell them, "Oh, I've got food coming," they will drop it
Yeah.
off at our flat front door, and then they just knock twice, I think it is, and then I go pick it up. So
Fair enough.
it's pretty simple, I guess. They're just trying to work with what they have access to and the resources that we have access to make our life as easy as
Yeah.
possible.
Fair enough. So I've been using the Canon C100,
Oh,
which
lovely.
is getting on a bit now.
That is a lovely camera.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
The C200's
Like, I'd rather be using
like
one of the
film
new ones.
camera, so that's like a 100th generation apart.
Yeah, it's a Super 8 lens, so it's quite nice.
Oh, nice.
Like, I'm still getting used to it though. I've only used it twice, but I'm really enjoying the cinematography lectures I'm getting. Like, there are extra ones, but I just can't get them because they're after uni hours when I've got to be home.
Are
It's just annoying.
they like workshops, or is it like?
Yeah, there's cinematography workshops.
Oh, lovely.
So far I've had to make like, well, by make I mean like work in a group with other people, like 3 other productions, and let's just say they've been utterly terrible. Let's just say they were so bad that in one of them I was the actor. So just think of that, and you know how bad they really are.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually that you are able to go in campus. Like, I know because the region is like quite different in terms of population and that, but the whole like way that you're able to like go into university, like how many people are in your class when you have lectures?
I think it's like 20 something.
20. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like for me, it's like like the maximum, like when you're outside, it's like you can't be in groups of 30, so they split us up, and they put us in groups of 15. So that's 2
I might be
groups.
entirely incorrect about that, by the way.
Yeah,
Math isn't my strong point, so I'm literally just guessing at this point.
I mean, it's fine, but I'm just like surprised that they allowed like at least 20 of you to go in.
I mean, in the first week, when we were doing like Freshers Week, there was over 100 people there, so
100 people.
yeah, my course is
Wow.
quite big.
Yeah, I understand that, but even my course is quite big. It's a media production
I think you might
course.
blown
It's like
out.
pretty big, but it's like still that we have to like break it up so much. Like all of our people can't go in at once. We're given like time slots.
So I've been writing a few scripts recently. Guess what
nice.
they're based on?
What are they based on?
You know that short film I made in college that I never finished?
Yeah, the kind of calamity one, or was it the other one?
It's the zombie one
Oh right.
with the creature in the tent.
That was pretty
So
good.
I've kind.
It was all right in terms of like what you'd done, but like wasn't there like a
Yeah.
situation regarding the actor or something? I
I
think.
mean, that was more of my problem, but that's not the point. So I've actually gone back to edit it, and although it being terrible, I'd say it's at the same level of terrible as Birdemic and Incredible Bulk, so it can't be too bad if they're watchable. But anyways, that's not the point which I was going on about. Pretty much I've split Hunted into 3 separate ideas, and I've just been writing stuff recently. So one of them, Carter is actually like psychotically deranged because he kills his wife. by accident, and then he like ends up just killing loads of people after that. But then there's the normal one where Carter's the like hero of the story until the end when he's a bit psychotic and kills someone by suffocation. And then the third one I can't actually remember, but I think it's like the very, very original one, which Danny didn't like because there was too much guns.
Alright. I'm surprised.
Pretty much, I've just separated it.
I'm surprised they had to go at you for that, because
Yeah.
the amount of people that had guns in their short films, and they were like, just like, yeah, mate, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Like, it's pretty mad and cool at the same time because they're class lectures. They're class lecturers.
I mean, university has kind of warned me of the same thing, saying that you shouldn't be using guns in your productions unless you've obviously alerted the police.
Yeah.
And even if they are fake guns, apparently you've got to get like a specialist in for some reason.
A specialist?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It makes no sense.
I have to get a specialist to prove that this gun is fake.
I just hire a hitman.
Yeah, I bought this gun for £2.99. Here's the receipt. It comes with plastic attached, not metal, plastic. You need to prove it won't kill anyone.
And some bubbles.
Mine didn't even have bubbles, to be honest. Eventually I removed the orange cap at the end, and it's literally just like it just does its like trigger thing. It doesn't like do anything like apart from trigger. So it's like all that stuff you have to do in like post-production. So it's like, yeah. Though recently I've gotten pretty good at like figuring out how gun mechanics work. So
that's a
using
bit creepy.
Yeah, I know.
Just don't.
No, I don't mean in like the creepy. No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that. I mean in terms of like in After Effects.
Oh right.
For like short films.
You mean like gunflare and stuff?
Yeah, that kind of thing. So there's gun flare, like the light, the beam of light, and the sounds that come from it, but also the bullet impacting objects and like debris coming off of it. So that I've learned to do, and it's pretty cool. So I'll probably incorporate that if I ever get the chance to use or have the concept of guns in a film that I do. I mean, I should be able to, because like lots of films, especially action films, have guns in them.
Yeah, they do. It always makes them better.
Yeah. I've also been writing as well. So, it's based around what I'm literally in at the moment, but I think it's more of a dark story, because like I don't want to reveal too much, but essentially it's like going to be one of those short films kind of thing. It's not like a long film, it's like a short film.
Yeah, it's not going to be a feature film.
No, it's not going to be a feature film. But it's essentially based, I think I was calling it isolated communication.
Nice.
And it's essentially based around like a couple of people who have like survived like this kind of like pandemic thing, and there's a lot of sensitivity around that kind of topic. But essentially all it is that there are two people who are communicating, and a certain date, essentially, they're being told that, oh, right, we're going to turn off the power, or like turn off the internet. Because,
oh, no, not the internet.
Yeah, so they're doing that, and essentially what that means is that they won't be able to communicate. So
you won't be able to access Facebook. Oh no.
No, but it's just because of like the social interaction that is so crucial in the film. They are like, when they first meet, it's online, and their only way of communication is through online, and then in that short period of time they become friends.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of I think is it patriarchy, or however the
Don't
term
ask
is.
me, Jack. Those words are too big for me. My
Yeah, I know.
intellect doesn't
I
go
know.
that high.
I know. But what I'm essentially saying is that, like, around that, there is like news of like, oh, like these people are like all these people have suffered from depression and they've committed suicide because of it, and so it kind of all wraps around in his head and leads to a mental conclusion that will impact or should impact the viewer in either a positive way, because the message is like strong, or it could impact the audience in a negative way because they were so attached to the character that it makes them feel upset.
Nice.
So it's a pretty good story that I think I've written, and it's something that I could easily do by myself. I like the only other thing that I would need is probably someone to like text me, or me to either create a fake account and text myself the responses.
Fair enough. That'd be kind of tedious, though.
I know, it really would. So it would be easy to have someone. So I mean, I'll probably end up like asking you maybe at some point in the future.
Sure.
Just be like, hey, I've got the script. At these points, could you just message me these things? So it'd probably be something like that.
Yeah, I'm definitely up for it.
Yeah. So it should be good. And yeah, well, you should be able to see where the story goes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Send me like your first draft. I'll be happy to read through it if you want any like spell checkers and stuff.
Yeah, no problem. But obviously, I have to make sure that I'll do that around the time it's situated with university, because obviously I have to allocate a certain time towards that. So probably Sundays is probably when I'm gonna be both writing stuff towards that, and also
Fair enough.
yeah, probably filming some of it as well.
Yeah.
So
When it
yeah,
comes to writing, I'm actually quite a quick writer. Like most of my short films, I tend to write within a day, and then I send them to people, and they're like, "How long have you been working on this?" Because somehow, if I'm able to do it within a day, it just ends up working better for me. Because like otherwise, my ideas just go all over the place and don't make much sense. They just get convoluted, and that's a big word for me. I think that's right anyway. So what modules are you doing?
so because mine is media production, it's going to be slightly different to yours, but essentially, in the beginning, we were doing something called creative analysis and development, which is essentially like a story and analysis unit. So that's basically where you write premises for scripts.
Ah, nice.
So I would just call that the script writing unit.
Yeah.
And then visual production techniques is the actual production of film. So that's a very practical unit. And then alongside that, I have I think it's creative design. Oh no, it's got interactive design and construction. That is to do with branding or creating a brand for yourself, for myself.
So a bit of graphic design.
Yeah, basically graphic design, and then after that there's critical culture, which is basically more script writing. It's kind of like research about how media came to be, how the process of story writing came to be. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
For me, there's this camera, sound, and I think and editing. Yeah, those three obviously, but that's one module, and then there's the pre-production and script. But starting next semester, I'm gonna be starting at like special effects one. I did have the choice to do film industry, like a real big research task, but you know me, I don't like doing research. It's like my enemy. if I was to do that, then I'd probably just fall asleep and not do it. So I'm so glad I'm doing the special effects one because I'm more of a practical person than just like doing all the research because I hate research. I literally had to say that so many times then just to imply how much I hate it.
Alright. Why? Why is that then?
Because it means I actually have to think of stuff to put on the internet, and I'm not good at that. And just because I procrastinate and I'm just really lazy, and like reading just isn't my strong point, like it used to be, but I just don't like it. Special effects on the other end, oh, it's nice and practical. I can make this look good. I can like make this special effect look really good. I can just do After Effects, which is just really good. I can probably lecture more people on that if people actually hire me on Fiverr.
But well, it depends how you see it, because I'd actually like to be inside my campus, because you hardly get to know anyone apart from your
Yeah,
flatmates.
you've definitely got the
Really.
band for stick.
Like I've but practically know only three other people on my course, really. One is in my group, so that's a designated class group. The other is someone who I met straight away on media production, and we've been friends. And then the other is someone who seemed nice, and we just chatted on the day we met. So I only know three people in my entire course so far. So,
That's already more people than I know.
but the group chat keep things alive, so it's good. It's good for that. I hope you have a group chat. Do you have a group chat?
Nah. I mean, the only thing I do is go on Discord with Scott. That's literally the main person I talk to. We just play a bit of Among Us now and again.
I saw that.
Let me plug that.
I saw that on Twitch. Scott is pretty good at. Did he know he was live, or was it just like a thing? Also, I heard Peter.
They didn't know they were live. I just decided to start streaming because the others do sometimes.
I think Scott's a good partner to stream with. So you could
seems
you
to
could
be
ask
right.
him to do stuff with you.
At the moment, like in their Discord, they're doing Dungeons and Dragons, and I can't be bothered to do that because I'm just not geeky enough.
I've been asked to take part in like a Halloween themed Dungeons and Dragons, so that would be interesting. I mean, I've never attempted to play Dungeons and Dragons before, so it'd be my first like practice at it. But yeah.
You're pretty good at fictional writing, so
I guess
that's pretty much all it is.
We'll see. I'm a beginner. Would you say you get the chance to go out and have drinks with anyone you know?
I don't have an ID. Like, I did order one from the, driving... I did order to get a provisional, but I completely forgot about the piece of paper, and now the time's run out, so I've actually got to wait until next semester, just so that I can reassign for it, and then hopefully not forget about getting it, because I don't have an ID card.
Yeah, I had a whole debacle with the DVLA on that. Like, I will have a whole nother podcast episode dedicated to the mayhem that I had to go through with my ID card. So, yeah, it's pretty insane. But I got my ID card in the end, so it was better than having to carry around my passport if I needed to buy drinks. So
I could quite frankly carry my birth certificate around, but the thing is, most places don't accept it because apparently you can fake your birth certificate even if it's got the correct registration and stuff on. Like, you're probably going to be honest, fake that, aren't you?
To be honest, it is pretty weird. Not gonna lie, like it's probably weirder than carrying around your passport, carrying your birth certificate. Like you don't go to an airport or something. Just say, hey, do you want to know when I'm born? Because it says it right there on the passport. But with a birth certificate is basically, that's all there is to it. It's just like, here's when I'm born. Here's the hospital. It's signed by the doctor who birthed me.
Yeah. Pretty accurate.
Yeah, so
but I mean,
pretty
it's
interesting.
in a way, it's a type of ID.
I guess one thing that we can cover is the benefit of living at home compared to living at student accommodation. One of the benefits is obvious, it's cheaper. So you can live at home with your dad.
My dad's
or
not here
whoever.
half the time, so home alone.
You can live at home. You can live at home. You can get up. Well, you need to get up early to catch the bus, but
I literally don't get much sleep most nights because I struggle to sleep, so it sucks.
Oh my god. Yeah. I think that's the benefit why I like living in student accommodation, especially since just across the road I can get up right when I want. I can get up at 9 and be ready there for 10.
I really wish I could do that. But you know,
well,
I'm living for the maintenance.
You should have gone.
No.
You should have gone for You should have either done this. You should have either signed up for 2 maintenance loans and got double the debt.
You can't do that.
Or, yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe there is a sneaky way.
I mean, there are other sites that do it, so maybe.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you have 3 to 4 years at university.
You gotta make the most of them.
Yeah, you got to make the most of them, and you can change. Like, you don't necessarily have to stay in one location. So for me, there is probably a high chance that at the end of this year I might move to a student house or another form of accommodation, like maybe a studio apartment or something like that.
Fair enough. I'm probably just gonna stay at home so I can spend more money.
Yeah, spend more money, and keep creating better content.
Yeah, you need to keep on creating better content as well. A lot of your recent videos seem to be very Laura Medley inspired.
Nah, that was just the one. Oh gosh, what's happening? I'm getting called left, right, and centre. What's going on?
Is that your alarm, Jack?
I can't call you. I've just got to turn you off because I can't call whoever that is. I got interrupted with a call, and for some reason now my iTunes is popping up. Why is everything going?
This is when your music just starts blaring out.
I've been hacked. No, I've not. I don't know why iTunes decided to turn on. I think it probably had finished an update or something. I don't know who called me just then, so
I mean, recently
that's
I've been called by a lot of scam companies, and I know they're scam companies because I searched them into the internet before picking them up. And let's just say, I'm not picking any of them up because they're trying to literally, if you pick it up, they take your money from your bank without you saying anything. You got any other advantages or no?
Other advantages is in my section of living. I'm living with a bunch of creative people, so I like that aspect of things. I like the fact that we can just chat and have a nice conversation about what we're producing or what we're doing for university.
Fair enough.
And yeah, I also like that most Saturdays, apart from the fact that when we have to self-isolate, not mentioning many names.
Wait, how long are you going to have to isolate for?
So I have to isolate for a 10-day period.
Lovely.
And if no one contracts any symptoms, then I shouldn't have to isolate for the whole 14 or any other longer than that.
I mean, look at it like this. At least you get to sleep a little bit longer each day.
I don't think that... I mean, apart from the Monday, I doubt that's going to help my situation because my online lectures are from 10
online.
And that.
Literally,
so the majority of it's online.
Generally, if it was me, I would have been happy because, well, I know that's a bit bad. I'd be happy, but let's just say I probably wouldn't have to do any of my lecturers if I was off.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. It just means that it's going to be pretty boring for my third film about movement because I won't be able to go out there and I won't be able to get interesting shots.
I mean,
So
you could always call
I
it
can't get the
not
equipment.
movement.
Not movement. Not movement within walls is what I would call it. Because
quite
I'm
interesting.
stuck within the walls.
You haven't got a gimbal or anything like that, though, have you? So how are you going to do the movement?
No.
You're just going to do like panning and tilt.
I've literally just got. I literally can only do pan and tilt on a basic tripod that I have, which has worked so far.
Oh wait, did you not bring your stabilizer?
What stabilizer? I have
That's when you did
shoulder
the
mat,
field test,
shoulder
though.
rig.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's in the underbed storage, but
I mean, you could do some movement with that.
I guess I could, but I mean, it's not that good of a shoulder rig system. I'd rather have like an actual gimbal to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, or there are other creative ways which I've been told about. Put it on a skateboard. Go on a bike and put it in the basket in the front and cycle on the bike.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be really
that.
shaky and like it would be
It
unwatchable.
really would. It really would.
I mean, there's a few tricks on the internet, like put it on your office chair, put it on a tea towel and drag it across the surface of like a side.
Yeah, things like that.
Yeah, like it's not too bad, but it could be better.
Little tricks like that to make life a bit easier.
You'd have to make
than
sure
it
to add
already
some
is.
interesting transitions as well. So you know, just as simple.
Whip pants.
Well, yeah, whip pans, but also like the ones where it like cuts, like an invisible cut. You know what I'm going on about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Invisible cuts, story cuts. It all depends on the style of editing, really. And as I say, many people have different styles of editing, and I've just adapted mine.
And my style of editing is the lazy approach. Even though I like editing, most of the time I'm just lazy. So like I was saying earlier, I've actually almost finished my short film, the Hunted one. It's not too good, but like the audio is the main problem because it's like really quiet. So you might not even be able to hear it. It's like -24, which is just really low. But nevertheless, it'll probably be shown on YouTube once it's done. Might take a few more months.
Yeah.
Not like I said.
Yeah, that's why I tend to have backups of mine. Because either you record with sound recorder, like a proper sound recorder, or you have this system where you can record on your phone, and also have an external but attached mic on the camera.
That's what I did. I used a Rode mic.
Yeah, I have a Rode mic as well, so. But it wasn't the Rode Video Mic Go like you have. I had the Rode Video Micro, which is smaller.
The Video Mic Go though is the worst one, I'm pretty sure, because it's so cheap.
It's big though. It looks better.
So is that all?
Then that's about everything.
Alright then.
I don't have a coffee, so I can't really cheers too much. But what I can say,
I got an empty glass. I'll whack it against my head. I'm pretty sure that'll work.
Yeah, maybe don't do that. But what I can say, what I can say is what I am now saying at the end of every podcast to finish off. Is thank you for listening and watching another episode of the UniJack project. Work hard, get drunk, relax. Peace.
See ya.